morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, YouTube people. And now, checking connection. Hello. And we should be going live on Instagram. We are. Hello. Do you know what? I've tried to lighten. Hi, everybody. I tried to lighten everything because it's getting so dark in the mornings. And now I can't actually see because there's so many lights behind. I can't actually see into my screen, but I think I've gone live. Anyway, yeah, it says it's live. So hi everybody. Just gonna do our Monday class. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a taster of each of our classes this week that we do. So this is a class that we do at 6:30 in the morning, and it's called Release, Revive and Rev It Up. You're glad to know I'm not going to do the rev it up bit. I might do a bit, but we are going to do the release and revive bit. And this is just such an important way to move. It's about connecting to your breath, which we talked about last week. It's also about releasing tension, not only in the body, but also in the mind. And it's amazing how when you just release tension in the body, it clears your head as well. So it's all good. It's all good. So if you want to join in, you're very welcome to. If you want to watch, you can just do that. I don't mind. If you want to just breathe, do that. Do that, because that's really, really good. Okay. So I'm going to do a roll down. So a roll down is a very traditional Pilates move. You've got to just let everything go and relax and let it go. And notice I'm softening my knees. You might see a lot of people doing roll downs with their legs straight, but you can soften it. In fact, you can really soften it. In fact, the more you soften it, the better, particularly if you're very tight in your hamstrings, because you want your head to drop down. Yeah, you want the crown of your head to drop down. And you want to feel the weight of your head. And if you're really tight in your legs and in your back, then that's going to be harder to feel. So the more you bend, the better. And then you're going to come back up. Roll your shoulders back. We're going to just do a little reach up and stretch and change and reach up and stretch. And then I want you to do it again, but I want you to take your legs wider. So this is a non-traditional Pilates way of doing a roll down. And I want you to just get a feeling of just allowing your hips to move. And I'm a big believer in the more we move, the better. I'm not into holding movements because that's contradiction in terms, isn't it? So anything like planking or kind of holding still or posture holding still, we don't hold our posture still, we move into good posture. Yeah, we move into it. So just allow your hips to be free, allow your shoulders to be free even, and then I want you to tuck and roll and let your body go, but with your legs wide this time. Again, you can bend the knees. Now you can do this in two ways. You can take your hands onto your thighs, yeah, and just tuck and release. Yeah, taking your butt out and in. Okay, or you can come down to the floor and just rock. And I did do this last week, actually, a version of this last week. And this is a great way to open the hips. And then we're going to lift up and then just circle it around and then do it again. So if I show you sideways on, I'm just going to drop down. And again, you can just do this with knees bent. And if you are pregnant, just come to here, yeah? And then you can release, butt goes out, back in, back out, and then we're just going to lift up and circle around and just shake your hips out as you do that. Okay, so one version is you just drop to the floor, you come down all the way to the floor, rocking the heels, and then you lift back up. Other version, you roll down halfway, hands onto your thighs, you release, and then roll back up and then swing your hips. Okay, for your next movement, this is a great way to release tension in the backs of the legs. And if you've got issues in your Achilles tendon, in your calves, in your feet, this is a really good thing to do. By the way, I didn't do this straight off, but if you've got a little ball, like a tennis ball, anything, if you have any issues with your lower leg, calves, you may not even know you've got issues with your feet or your lower legs or your calves. Ball rolling is a great thing to do for anybody. And the reason why it's good to roll underneath your feet is it really wakes up your feet, wakes up the nerve endings on the base of the feet. And we have thousands and thousands and thousands of nerve endings on the base of the feet, which connect all the way up through the body. It helps to release the fascia as well. If you're pregnant, don't do it, but unless you're pregnant, really good to roll underneath your feet. So I want you to step forward with your right leg, bend both knees and sit back into your left heel. You're then going to straighten the legs, you're going to bend, and then lift up and circle. Okay, so you bend, sit down, you straighten your legs, feel that length, bend, and then circle. Yeah, so should we do that again? So you're going to bend, straighten, bend, and circle. Yeah, so you bend, straighten, bend, and circle. It's such a simple movement, but it's a great way to lengthen the backs of the legs. And notice I'm sticking my ass back, yeah, bottom out, and that's really important. So do that for me a couple more times. Straighten out. One more time on the right leg, and then we'll change legs. By the way, if anybody's interested, the music that I use, step forward with the left leg, is all by a company called Pure Energy. I've worked with them for many years. They're an amazing company, and during the lockdown they realized the dilemma teachers had with teaching online and getting rights to play music. So if I was playing music that was either a copy of an original artist's music or some original artist music on something like Instagram, I'd get shut down. Yeah, it's a real issue. So this company called Pure Energy have created music for us to move to, and it's just fab. It's really good stuff. So if you are an instructor, check it out. If you're not, you just want to listen to some good music, or you want to play it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, then check it out. It's amazing stuff. Pure Energy Go, or just look up Pure Energy Music. You can follow them. I'll tag them into the post. Let's do 2 more on this leg. So we're doing exactly the same thing, guys, but we're just doing it with the left leg step forward. Yeah. Okay, do that for me one more time. And then release, and we're going to go back into our roll down. So we're going to roll down. If you're pregnant, you're just going to come to here. If you're not, you're going to come all the way down. If you're in first trimester or early stage pregnancy, you can come all the way down. And then we're going to come down to the floor. And I love this movement. Think of it like a squat unloaded, yeah? Butt out, so you're going to squat back and come forwards. Yeah? And you're just swaying forwards and backwards. Such a simple movement to do, but it's so nice. And what you're doing is you're opening the pelvic floor as you sit back into that squat. And if you breathe with it, you can inhale on the way back, exhale on the way forward. And you can just be doing it this way, or you could be taking it into a press up if you wanted to. Yeah, for those of you that want to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, do that for me 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to go into what I call a puppy dog. So it's like a down dog, but it's like a kneeling version of a down dog. And it's so nice because it's just really relaxed. If you are used to doing down dogs and you want to go up into down dog, feel free. But this is such a nice move to do, particularly if you know you're really tight in your legs or your back and you struggle to do down dogs, and this is a lovely way to get length in your back. And then we're going to do a pigeon stretch. But I know some people don't like pigeon stretches, so this is your alternative. Cross your right leg over your left and push your hip over to the right. Yeah, or pigeon stretch, bring your right knee up and underneath you, and we're going to rock with it. Yeah, and it's so nice. Again, don't hold things, keep them moving. And if you're doing that other stretch, you can just pull back into it. Pull back into it. Yeah, feel your body open up. And this rocking, do it this way around, you can hold with it and get more openness with it. So you can really push and push into the front of the thigh on the left. But if you have issues with your knees, that alternative is a really good way of stretching instead. Okay, let's go into a child's pose and then we'll do the other side. So just come back. Now, if you struggle with the child's pose, create a little bridge with your hands and just rest into here. And if you are pregnant, go back into that puppy dog. Yeah, or just come onto your elbows and just relax this way. Either is fine. Whichever position you want to be in it. See what feels good to you, but just focus on your breath now, guys. Breathe. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. Just spread your tongue out over the roof of the mouth. Relax, release. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Breathe. Okay, left side. So you might want to cross your left leg over and push forwards and backwards this way. So you cross your left foot over your right leg, or you bring your left knee up and underneath, and you go into this rocking pigeon stretch. You can slow it down and really push one way and then the other way to do what feels right to you. Do 2 more, 1 more, okay, and then come up onto your knees, step forward with your right leg. Now if you have issues being on your knees, you could put a cushion underneath them. Right leg, that's the right leg, Jane. Okay, and just sink forwards. Okay, now hold here, and we're going to do something which is very traditional to Pilates, which is called thread the needle. So we're going to thread underneath, and then we're going to reach up with it. Yeah. Now you may find you lose your balance when you're doing this. That's fine. You could just keep this hand on your thigh, but it's really nice to get a lovely rotation if you bring that arm through. Yeah, and allow your left hip to sink forwards and open. Yeah, so you're really allowing this to sink forwards and open out right here. So you go underneath and then reach. Let's do it one more time. And then reach, and let's just hold it here. Now you can soften it, hold it here. You could be back here, but the more you can sink forward, the better. And just use a little bit of core control. If you're not sure about how to do that, have a look at our video on core extend, which is in this series. But if all else fails, just stop a fart, stop a wee, feel your belly coming in. That's what you need to do. Yeah. Okay, let's change legs at the side. So you're going to thread the needle and reach. So thread underneath and reach. So you go underneath and reach. Do that for me 2 more times. 1 more time. And then you're going to hold it and really reach up with it and lengthen through, and allow your hips to sink forward. Breathe, 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 breathe. And that, guys, is kind of what we do on a Monday, except we do this revving it up bit where we do a little bit of cardio and it really wakes you up. But we do it after all of this release work, which after the weekend is such a good thing to do. So I don't know if you joined in. If you did, I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, you just watched it and you think, maybe next week I'll try it. I'll be doing stuff again here on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. But if you want to do the full thing, join my classes, all you do is click on the link in the bio or go to janewake.com. You can book in for a free trial, doesn't cost you anything, or you can sign up to our Step-Tember campaign and get lots of support and help from me and not free, but very cheap access. Got to earn a living somehow. Very cheap access to all of my classes and a workshop as well. So it's really good value for money. It's just 85 quid. So if you want to do anything like that, you're very, very welcome to. Or just message me. I've got a huge amount of experience. I've been in this field for well over 30 years. I'm a sports scientist, so I know it from the science research perspective. I help women through pregnancy, through postnatal, through perimenopause, and through the menopause and beyond. So if you've got any questions for me, please feel free to DM me anytime, and hope to see you again soon.